Walking through customs is extremely stressful. You're wondering, did I pack a kilo of cocaine?
The moment you walk through customs, it's like all of a sudden you've got a mustache. Your name's Pablo. Like you're straight out of Colombia. You're speaking with a South American accent.
All right, guys, the Coles are back on. Welcome to Sunday Smoke.
Season 2.
It's the podcast about something now.
Yeah, about something this week.
Before we were about nothing. Now we're about something.
Yeah, and I got to do a quick correction on myself right there. We're actually fortnightly now. So not this week, this fortnight.
Yes, that's it. We're enjoying the fortnight. Let's see, we're going to start the fortnightly uploads. We're more relaxed. You look relaxed as hell.
Very relaxed.
You always look relaxed, but this week is something
for
special.
other reasons.
Yeah. But look, we have to give a couple of shout outs, all right? Quick shout out to Ray, all right, for capping off the first season. What a great guest he was.
What a great way to finish it off.
I know, there's never a dull moment when Ray's in the room, and he proved that to be completely the case when he came on.
It's all a snowball of love when he's around.
Angie, you're the best. And another shout out to my mate Benny, who had a boxing fight, corporate event for City Boxing. That was a couple of weeks ago, which he won.
Benny the boxer.
Benny the boxer. Shout out to Benny. You did incredibly well. You've actually pumped a lot of us up to have a fight, have a crack.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have maybe me and Jackson will have a spar for the podcast. What do you reckon?
Let us know what you think. Should we box it out? 3 2-minute rounds.
All that beef, podcast beef.
The podcast beef begins. Speaking of podcast beef,
yes,
thought we'd get into it, teeing off after your mate Benny's boxing match. Speaking out about boxing matchups,
yeah,
and podcast beef in particular, Jamo and Dylan.
We're doing the boxing matchups, kicking it off with a segment. I love it. Yeah, that's look. Love the Jamo and Dylan podcast. Listen to them every time they record. They're hilarious. If you haven't watched it, they're two boys from Perth just talking to shit like we're doing. And I thought that was I think they're a great matchup for us.
Yeah.
They're both from Australia.
So let's tee it off with strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
Who would you take?
I think I've definitely got to take on Jamo.
Yeah.
In this one, I feel like they're perfectly aligned for us. Looks wise, probably stature. I feel like I look more like the Jamo anyway, and you look like Dylan. He's the skinny. He's got the fun, the goofy hair. I just feel like, and we'll get photos up on the screen. I just feel like it just works. It just works perfectly.
We could do a double header.
Yeah, we're gonna main event the card.
You know what? Because it's a 2-on-2, I think maybe we need to transition from boxing to a WWE.
We could
or WrestleMania.
A tag team. Wow.
Yeah.
But who would be the main event? Do you reckon? Who gets the main? Would I get the main event, or would you get the main event?
It depends. What are we basing this off?
I don't know. I feel like I'll just cave you. I'll be like, you take the main event.
You know
I'm a giving guy.
You know what? You take
the
main event.
I'll take the main event.
I think you should take the main event because you do the intros, right? So you're the main voice when people hear the podcast come on. So that's got to be the header, right?
Oh man, and who do you think's taking it out?
Oh, I think we're taking it out for sure.
Yeah,
you can't go in with anything less than 100% confidence.
Yeah. I think Jamo will give me a run for my money. He looks like a tough individual. He looks like he's been in a couple of fights over the years. The mean streets of Perth. But I'll be interested to see. One day, who knows? The Sunday Smoke versus Jamo and Dylan.
There you go.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, indeed. All right, tag Jamo and Dylan.
I want to tell a quick story.
I love stories, man.
Involving light.
Light? Hey, we've got plenty of light here.
I know. Now, a few years ago, back when I was it was the uni days, I had this light in my room. I've always had issues with light. It's always been too dark, just not a vibe.
You just can never get the right amount of brightness.
Yes. One day, they fixed the light in my room, mum and dad, shout out, and it was perfect. Great study conditions, great everything. I was actually enjoying sitting down in my room to have a study session.
When you say study conditions, I'm just going to take you off on a quick segue here. Is it for studying conditions, is it a dim light or a bright light?
It's a bright light. Bright light. All right, That's what I need. I need the more light, the better, because I want to see what I'm reading.
Blinding.
Now, for reasons I will never understand, my father, of all people, decided one day, you know what? This light is no good. I'm going to change it. I'm going to take it upon myself to change the light.
And he didn't even consult you about this.
Hey, no, he did not consult me.
Oh.
One day, I just rocked up to my house. I walk into my room, and I'm going to put a photo up on the screen for everyone watching on YouTube. All right. It's like the best way I can describe it for anyone listening on audio is it's like a pool table light. It overhangs my bed.
Yeah, like
All
one of
right.
those hanging black
Dangling.
like cones.
Yes, and the cone
like a
on the bottom.
spotlight for your
Cone on
bed.
the bottom, and I walked into my room. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Why fix what's not broken? You know, I didn't ask for this. It was perfect before, and now when I went to study, it was nothing. It was dim. It was almost, man. If I was any taller, I'd be hitting my head and watching it bubble.
I don't know what he thinks you're doing in your bed, but I'm not sure whether that's worthy of a spotlight.
It's not. It's spotlighting all the wrong areas. But I don't understand. And you've seen this light.
I have seen this light.
All right. And if you're a tall individual, you're going to hit your head straight on that light. I don't know what my dad was thinking. For anyone that's watching, is there any positives or pros to come out of this light?
No. I feel like any room light should not be a dangling light in general. All right. If it's a room light, it should be up in the ceiling.
Yes, in the ceiling.
It's just so inconvenient.
I know. And
It's just like a whole bunch more limited airspace.
I know. And
You know, what if you want to jump on the bed?
I can't
What if you want to wrestle?
if I want to wrestle. We just talked about I don't know what I do in my bed, but I don't know what he wants spotlighted. That'll be our WWE fight. But no, I don't know what is going on there. It's black. It's dusty. If I hit it when I'm putting my jumper on, the dust falls out, and I got bad hay fever. All right, that's not a situation I want to be in.
So it's a health hazard
It's a
as well.
hazard.
my
WHMS risk right there. Okay, and Dad, if you're listening, why? That's
You can take him to court for that.
the Sunday Smoke courtroom.
All right, Sam.
Yeah.
It's segment time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we're going to bring back a segment that we haven't had for a couple of weeks. It's been maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe.
As Bob would say, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Stressful situations.
Yes.
I've got one for you that might be a little bit unorthodox.
Mm-hmm.
And that's receiving gifts. Not
Yes.
giving gifts, receiving gifts.
Okay.
Because I don't know if anyone's been in this situation, right? But you receive a gift. Maybe it's for your birthday.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for Christmas. You're all doing the gift giving.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And maybe you like this item or you don't like this item.
Yes.
But you're afraid if your reaction is going to offend someone. What are you supposed to say when you get it? Oh, it's lovely. I really like it.
So you're saying if it's something like a gift that you might not want or need?
No, it could be anything because you could want it or you could not want it. But your reaction stays the same. Because when have you ever received a gift, right, from someone that you don't like and you've responded with, no, I don't like this?
Never.
No, you always show your gratitude.
Actually, you know what? No, I have once. Oh, man. And I feel bad. This is a Ray story here. I do remember I've done this before. I believe it was my 21st birthday. It was my 18th or 21st. And Ray, he's a great gift giver.
100%. Yeah, Ray's an amazing gift giver.
All right, he loves giving gifts. All right, very thoughtful.
It's his love language.
Look, it was my 21st birthday, and I buckled, all right, because he's like, Sam, I've got a gift for you. I'm like, oh, yeah? You're going to give it to me now? Beautiful. He goes, takes me inside, and he gives me this gift, and it's in this box. I opened this box, and it was a little figurine of God knows what. I can't even remember what the figurine was. It was something that I had no interest in whatsoever.
Like a G.I. Joe.
Like something like that, literally. Like I had no idea what it was, and I look at this gift, and this is the first time I've ever done this. I'm like, Ray, what the hell is this, man? You pumped me up for this gift, and this is what you give me, this little figurine? I know, it's not like me at all. And he's like,
wow.
I know. And this is why I felt really bad.
What was his response?
And he's like, you don't like it? I'm like, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what the meaning of this is. And I felt so bad because right after that, he's like, no, I'm just kidding, Sam. Here's your real gift. And it was a Beats by Dre. He got me the Beats by Dre headphones.
No.
Oh, and I was
but that speaks to exactly my point,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Because even in the situation where you did go, oh, I love it, like, thank you so much, he'd know that you're bullshitting.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no way around it.
There's no way out.
So that then when he gives you the actual gift, the one that you do like, the Beats by Dre,
yes.
and you go, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe he set my expectations so low for when I did receive the Beats by Dre. I could only give a more than
positive reaction,
A more
yeah.
than positive reaction.
Yeah, he could have gotten you a can of deodorant and you would have been over the moon.
The Lynx pack. Now, my one. This one I think is for people that love traveling, interstate, out of state, wherever. Walking through customs is extremely stressful. When you put your baggage up, you're wondering, did I pack a kilo of cocaine? Did I accidentally did I pack it in there by mistake? I don't know. You know nothing's in there.
The moment you walk through customs, it's like all of a sudden you've got a mustache. Your name's Pablo. Like you're straight out of Colombia. You're speaking with a South American accent.
Yeah, nothing's in there. You know, nothing obscure is in there, but you can't help but just be like, what if?
Yeah.
What if I just got Chappelle Corbied? You don't know these things.
Yeah, no, you don't know. Especially if you're going into a different country, maybe
If you're going to Bali or Thailand.
a country like that. Be safe. Get a lock on your things.
Double lock.
Triple lock, man.
Do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do because these places are not light on this stuff.
Jackson, you know what time it is?
What time is it, Sam?
It's Hookah Time.
Hookah time.
Haven't brought this one in for a while, and I thought, what better way to bring it in now when we got a new product here.
Exactly.
We're smoking. All right, we're smoking none other than tobacco.
Tobacco.
Shout out to Andy for providing the flavors, as well as Ryan, the owner of Tobacco, for providing the flavors for today. Not sponsored, of course, yet, but
Hint, wink, wink.
Now,
Andy.
Now, tobacco's been around for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
Sold in a lot of vendors when it first came out. Was pumped out, and wasn't overly well received when it first came out.
Well, to be honest, I never really heard of it. I think I heard of it maybe one time, and that was because of you telling me about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I was even one of those people that didn't really take to it. It was okay, but I was like, it's not the best.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, tobacco's formula's improved. Now, and with Andy behind it, he's put videos up on Instagram about how to pack it properly, you know, things to look out for, and I can safely say it's a pretty good, clean product.
Yeah, so this is actually my first time trying out tobacco. I know that you've tried it before.
Yeah.
It's a very clean smoke.
Yes.
Right. It's not hard hitting like a lot of other tobaccos that you might try.
Yeah.
You don't get kind of the head spin like you would with some other tobaccos.
That's it. Now I could go on and on about like the production way it's made. I'm not going to do that because I'm not the scientist. The owner Ryan is, and he knows a shitload about tobacco. And I'm actually going to work on some videos to bring that information to light for a lot of people that might have some misconceptions about this product. Now in our bowls, in your one, I've got lime grapefruit. How do you find it?
I'm loving it, honestly. For me, I felt like the more it starts smoking up, the more the bowl heats up. That's when the lime starts to come out a little bit more.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when it's a bit colder, that's when you get more of the grapefruit. As it gets hotter, that's when you get the lime coming out a lot more.
Yeah. And look, if it's one of those things where you might think there's too much grapefruit, the good thing about this product is Ryan can make it for you. Be like, all right, here's a bit more lime for you.
Well, there you go. It's actually...
It's a customizable, whatever flavour you want.
We should have the Sunday smoke flavour.
Yes, and don't worry, we're working on it. I've been speaking with Andy. We're working on it.
Yeah?
Yeah. So there's going to be a Sunday smoke official flavour coming very soon. And in my bowl, I've got some nice icy lemon. Now, the reason that I wanted to smoke this flavour in particular is because I actually caught up with Ryan. The first time I met him, I went to his store in Rottleme, and he explained the process. He explained everything, and he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna do this for you now." Because a big misconception is you can't just mix this, the molasses and all that together with the tobacco and have it smoke within 24 hours. It's not possible. It should be a 6-week process. That's what a lot of people are saying. So he's like, "I'll do it for you right now, in front of you right now." He did it for me. He did it for me there and then, and that's the flavour I'm smoking now. So that flavour has only been sitting for about 3 days, by the time of this recording. And as you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, the clouds are pretty good, and subjectively, the flavour is damn good. That is a nice lemon mint or lemon ice. And you know me, I love my lemon ice and lemon mint.
You're big on the citrus.
It's a classic flavour, and he's done very well with it. So I'm very much looking forward to doing some videos, tackling some misconceptions that I had, and and Andy, shout out to Andy. For anyone listening, if you want to try this product, hit up Hookah House.
And
get your
stay
hands on
tuned for the official Sunday Smoke Flavour.
Coming soon. All right, Jackson, I'm going to bring back a segment, Pillow Talk, which we brought in a few weeks ago. I believe it was on episode 23.
Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk. And the topic that I want to bring in is in summer. Like summer's coming up in a few months.
I love it. You know what? I really love how we're in the middle of winter and that you're a true blue Aussie, mate. Like as soon as the final month of winter comes around, that's when you know summer's coming.
Yeah, even though we got a whole
spring. Season.
We got a whole spring to get through. But in summer, do you ever find yourself when you put the blanket on? Do you ever leave a foot out? Do you ever want to leave your toes out to breathe?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it gets hot. Sometimes you don't even have the blanket on. You're just sitting above the blanket.
Yes.
Now, I don't know who else does this. I'm sure many people do. Does anyone not want to cover their feet at the end of the bed because they're worried about demons or something tickling their foot or someone grabbing them from the other side of the bed?
I feel like I used to be afraid of that when I was like younger.
Yeah.
You know, as I got older, I stopped caring as much.
I still care.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's a scary thought.
That actually brings me on to another topic.
Yeah.
That I was thinking of, things that you thought you'd grow out of from when you were kids.
Yeah.
But you still do.
Yeah.
So, for example, do you run and jump into your bed like the moment you turn your light off?
Do I run and jump in?
Like maybe not run and jump in, but
maybe a brisk walk.
Yeah, like a brisk walk into the bed.
I can't.
Because when the lights are off in your room,
yeah,
you know, anything's game. There can be someone under your bed trying to grab you from underneath there.
Yeah.
So you got to get into bed.
Yeah.
So you're safe. That's the safe zone.
You know what? Yes.
You do that, don't you?
It happens sometimes. Not every time. If there's a TV in the background or something.
Yeah. If there's a bit of like ambient light.
Yeah. Yes.
No. But when it's dark, like I sleep in the pitch black.
Yeah, it does get a bit scary.
Yeah.
When the house, there's no sound.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You hear the floors
or
creaking.
for me, like when we all go to bed at my house, we turn every single light off.
Yeah.
Right? Like there is no light left on in the house.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I'll be the last one awake.
Yeah.
So I'll turn all the lights off downstairs, and I've got to turn the stair lights off.
Yeah.
Now the stair lights can be turned off from upstairs and from downstairs, but for some reason, I always forget that I can do that, and I turn them off from downstairs.
Okay.
Now the whole house is completely black, and I've got to make my way all the way up the stairs to my room to go to sleep. All right? I've never moved faster upstairs in my life than every night when I do that.
And all of us that know Jackson, he's a very slow creature.
Yeah.
He takes his time.
I like to take my time, but not in these situations.
So you're saying if we want to speed up your processes, so to speak, let's turn the lights off. Keep you scared.
But back to pillow talk.
Yeah.
Speaking about toes.
I tried to hold on.
You couldn't handle it.
Toes. Let's talk about toes.
Let's talk about feet. No. Are you a fan of wearing socks while going to bed?
No.
Why not?
I don't like socks with bed. I don't know. I get the theory behind it. You should be it'll keep you warmer and everything. I just like having bare feet. I just feel like my feet can breathe. I feel more comfortable, and there's a level of comfort when your feet are cold and feeling them warm up naturally. I
agree with that, right? Because you get to a certain point where your feet are too hot, then you get sweat on the soles of your feet, and then your whole body's sweating. Now all of a sudden you're sweating up your whole bed. Yeah. You just got to take them socks off, and that'll solve your problem, right? But you take those socks off, and you're cold again.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people are against the socks, so I actually wanted to put it out there.
Okay.
Are you a fan of wearing socks to bed, or are you not a fan of wearing socks to bed?
I'm anti-sock.
I want that, and I'm pro-sock. Not all the time, just during the winter.
Unless I'm sleeping on the couch, for some reason the rules change when I'm sleeping on a couch. I always keep the socks on. I don't know why that is. Just that's my.
The rules are different on the couch.
Yeah, the rules are different.
Always.
There's always a comfortable sleep on a couch. Doesn't matter what couch it is. Like if I go to my mate's house, you know who you are. He's got a spare bed. He's got 2 spare beds. Do you think I take those spare beds? I take the couch.
You know what? That is a weird phenomenon.
Yes.
Do you reckon that's a mental thing? You always sleep good on a couch, right? You can always fall asleep on a couch, but sometimes you can go sleep on a spare bed or, a mattress that you don't like.
Yeah.
You know, you don't like the mattress and you can't fall asleep on it. And people
Yeah.
complain about they don't like their mattress, but they don't complain when they're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah. Maybe it's something different. Maybe because your body's so used to beds, once you give it a new stimuli, so to speak, maybe it changes the game mentally. And you
Maybe.
just naturally have a more comfortable sleep.
Something we should look into.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. All right, so I want to propose a question to you.
Yeah.
What is the best meal of the day? So you got breakfast, you got lunch, and you got dinner, right? Me personally,
Does brunch count? Not that I'm going to say brunch, but does brunch count?
no,
No.
because that's like
Brunch isn't it? Brunch isn't
that's
a meal.
like saying afternoon tea counts. Like no,
Yeah, go on.
no, breakfast, lunch, dinner. You
Yeah.
got 3 meals. Which one do you think is the best?
I love a good lunch. Now I know that dinner, because you can have a nice steak, you can have a bit of everything. I don't know. There's something about a nice 1 p.m. lunch that gets me going. Because I don't really.
I always thought lunch was by far the worst meal of the day. And
Why?
it's not even close.
Why?
Because at least with breakfast and dinner, right, they're like here with each other. All right, they're neck and neck.
Uh-huh.
I was always a big breakfast person. I still am a big breakfast person.
Yeah.
Right, I love breakfast.
Mhm.
Recently, I've been more on the dinners.
I've been more on the dinners. Like you're not eating breakfast.
So I pick one time in the day
You're fasting.
to eat.
Yeah,
Nah.
go on.
Recently, I've been more into the dinners.
Yeah.
Right, just because I feel like there's a bit more of a variety
Okay.
for dinner. But lunch, so what do you have for lunch?
Well, you can have anything that you can have at dinner.
A burger?
You can have a burger. You can have anything.
Yeah, but it just doesn't feel as good.
I don't know. There's something about having a lunch. You're going out to lunch. It's the middle of the day. People are out. You know, you're having a good time. I don't know. It's not one that I can really explain. I just find that lunch hits a bit different, especially when you're working and you're looking forward to lunchtime. You're looking forward to that lunch break.
Now that makes sense, but that's because you're looking forward to your break. That's because you're looking forward to lunch break.
I'm looking forward to the lunch.
Yeah, because you're starving.
I'm looking forward
'Cause
to that
you're
Devon sandwich.
Bro, I haven't had Devon for years.
I've never had Devon in my life.
Yeah, it's a really gross meat when you think about it. Devon.
Devon. Is that
Like-
the same as bologna?
I don't think so.
Nah.
Oh, maybe it is.
Bologna.
Bologna.
Who came up with that name, bologna?
But
Anyway, we're
you've,
going
you've
off
seen
topic.
what a Devon looks like. It's like a perfect circle of pink meat. It's actually gross when you think about it. Devon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devon.
Devon.
Who eats Devon? Do you eat Devon? Jackson.
Sam.
It's Bitmoji Wars time.
Bitmoji Wars. We've been doing this every episode.
That's it, man. You know, we got it. For anyone that doesn't know, we have a giveaway going. And the segment is where you send in any old photo of yourself or a selfie, and we compare that to your Bitmoji, which is normally on Snapchat. And you go into the running for the Sunday Smoke giveaway. For anyone that doesn't know, check us out at the Sunday Smoke. Check out our most recent post that's pinned, and you'll see all the giveaway details, courtesy of Hookah House, of course. And this week we got a couple of your mates
Yeah.
having an
So we've
entry.
got a couple of my mates having an entry.
Yeah.
So first we got my mate, Toby.
Toby.
What's
going on, Toby?
All right. So first we'll take a quick look at his Bitmoji,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll...
Okay.
You know what he looks like.
I kind of like this one. I
I don't mind it, although his face is not that skinny and your jawline is definitely not that defined.
Let me look at it again. Yeah, that is a pretty defined jawline. He does have a rounded face, doesn't he?
He has more of a rounded face.
Like a soccer ball.
Yes. Like a soccer ball.
Kicking goals.
Look, you know what? I actually quite like it.
Mm.
You know, it's got the light stubble there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he typically does get that light stubble. Sometimes he goes with a beard, but,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, look, to be honest, he's got the skin tone down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Maybe the nose needs to be a little bit fatter.
A little bit wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But besides that, the hair's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
I don't have too many complaints, actually.
I don't have any, to be honest. I think he's
Other
done,
than
I
the
think
other than the jawline.
I think he's done a good job. So shout out to Toby.
Shout out to Toby.
And who else do you have?
And I got my mate Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, the one who you were the bad smell for.
The one who I was, yes, the BBO for.
The biggest forced friendship known to man. All right. So we'll put a photo up of Lorenzo on the screen. And what does his Bitmoji look like?
Look. You'll see, as you can see from the photo on screen.
Yes.
My friend Lorenzo, he's an Asian man.
Yes.
So I feel like his face needs to be a bit smaller.
Yeah, he does have a big head.
He's got a bit of an elongated face here.
Now, for anyone that hasn't seen Lorenzo, he's a very short-statured individual with a small head.
Yes, a vertically challenged human.
Yes, small head with a big head of hair.
Yes, and he's
very inaccurate on the Bitmoji.
Now, there's one thing that I've got to give praise to his Bitmoji for. All right, and that is how short the distance between his eyebrows and his hairline is. Right? Check that out. Check that out. Right, that is perfect for Lorenzo.
And you know what? Can I see that Bitmoji?
Yeah.
As I said before, he's a short-statured individual. Now, I know that we can't judge height on Bitmojis, but for some reason, his Bitmoji looks very short, which I like. It's a good representation of his height.
It is.
He's not going in saying I'm 6 foot tall. He's saying I'm a 5'4" guy. I don't know if he's that short.
No, he's not that short.
But his Bitmoji does look short, which is to his credit, which I got to give credit for. But other than that, shout out to Toby and Lorenzo for this week of Bitmoji Wars. Jackson, have you done much public speaking in your time?
You know what? I like to think that I've done a fair share of public speaking. Now, was it good necessarily? That's up to other people to decide.
Yeah.
But I think I've done a decent amount of public speaking.
Look, everyone that's gone to school, they would have done some kind of speech or something in their time, maybe in their workplace.
Yeah.
And
for the religious people out there, some of you might be out there, reading the gospel.
The gospel,
the word.
Yes. Now, there's one saying that they say, if you're nervous, try to imagine people in their underwear.
I've never understood that. I've never understood that.
Never.
It never came to my mind to even try it.
Why would you want to be imagining?
Have you tried it?
No. I've never. Because I'm thinking, why would I want to see this person in their underwear?
I feel like that would make someone choke up. Because you'd be like, what am I thinking? Like, okay, picture this. Picture. All right. You're giving a speech. Maybe it's your graduation speech.
Yeah.
Your family is in the crowd.
Yes.
Your mum is front row.
Yes.
And you're picturing everyone naked or in their underwear.
Yes.
Is that really a sight that you want to see while you're speaking?
I do not want to see my mother and father in their underwear or imagine it.
No, exactly.
In any way possible.
That would make me choke up worse than not.
It would completely throw me off my game.
100%. You got to stay focused.
Yeah. This I don't know. It's one of those sayings that I don't think it's relevant in society. I say, if you're doing public speaking, look as straight as possible. Don't look people in the eye.
So no, that's where I disagree with you.
Okay.
I feel like you should be engaging in contact with the people.
Yeah.
Engage with eye contact.
Yeah. Promote confidence.
100% promote confidence. And I feel like if you can get at least some sort of eye contact with someone, there's a little bit of a mutual kind of reassurance there that'll make you perform a little bit better, a little bit more confidence.
Yeah.
They're looking at you, you're looking at them. You can see that they're responding to what you're saying.
Yeah, you're saying, I see you. I see you.
I see you. Yeah. I feel like that helps out.
Yeah.
At least for me.
What does everyone else do? Has anyone else done this? Has anyone else pictured
I
people
want to know.
in their underwear?
Do you actually do that? If so, we'll leave the poll up.
Yeah, that's it. Comment on YouTube if you're listening. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of the Sunday Smoke Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to smash that like button, leave a comment and subscribe.
And if you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or any audio podcast streaming service, please leave us a review. Also, be sure to follow and contact us on our social media platforms. You can find us on Instagram at The Sunday Smoke, and you can catch us on TikTok at The Sunday Smoke Clips.
If those aren't your style and want to keep it old school, hit up our email, thesundaysmoke@gmail.com. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening. We'll see you on the next episode of the Sunday Smoke. And with that said, what's the time for, Jackson?
It's time to take the coals off.
Beautiful.